Hey there guys, as you can see by the little timestamp, this is going to be kind of a long one. Not too long, I cut it in about half, I think I did. But still, I think this is worthy of a nice drink, hot or cold, whichever you prefer, a bit of a snack, a blanket, or maybe just have it on in the background whilst you do something else. That's kind of nice, isn't it? Whilst I answer your questions. So, yes, I hope I didn't ramble too much. Here we go. Alright, well, the very first question I got was... Thank you, Annie. What's your favourite animal? I love all animals, really, so it's hard to choose just one, but if I had to choose one, if I absolutely had to, cats. I adore cats, and even, the asshole cats are somehow nice to me. So me and cats apparently share a brain cell, and I love them so much. I've grown up with black cats. Black cats are my favorite type of cat, even though I love all of them so much. God, I'm already a crazy cat person. I'm not even that old yet. Which brings me on to this question. How old are you? I'm 21, turning 22 on the 29th of June. Gonna be old. I'm a boomer. I'm so old. Yeah, no I don't. I'm incredibly single. Swiftly moving on. He just wants to say hi, Kate. Don't be rude. Okay, everyone. Here's a good time to promo my Discord. Join the Discord to understand what the hell this is about. Also, yes, I am. I'd really like them. But obviously money that I really don't have yet. So if you want to hear better quality audios, I have a Ko-fi and a Patreon. So please pity me. Help. I'd say my favourite anime after all these years is Mirai Nikki, Future Diary. It was my second anime, fucking Christ me. It was my second anime that I actually watched. The first anime I watched was the 4-episode animated version of Corpse Party when I was 12, 13. What a rough start, eh? Also a good anime. Very, very dark. But yes, Mirai Nikki is still my favourite anime. Although I do still like a lot of different animes. I love my brain is just throwing a bunch of different titles at me and I can't decide which one to go with. I really enjoyed Parasite, Tokyo Ghoul. Not finished either of them, but I still enjoy them, so they're worth mentioning. Yuri on Ice, wonderful anime. I kind of make it my own little tradition to watch it around Christmas now. My Hero Academia, very, very good. I also haven't finished that, but I do still love it. Do Studio Ghibli films count as anime? Because I adore them so much. A lot. I like a lot of different animes. However, recently life has been getting in the way so much that it is hard to sit down and watch things, get invested in things anymore. But I do still really like them. I think it was Kyokai no Kanata? Anime with sort of the blood sword and the pink-haired girl with the glasses. I started watching that years ago. Absolutely loved it. Never got around to finishing it. So I wanted to mention that one. And I'm currently watching Little Witch Academy on Netflix. And I love it so much. But yes, I do have a big appreciation for anime. Even if I am very lazy about my appreciation because time and attention. Oh, and for the record, subbed is better than dubbed. In my opinion, don't hurt me. I'm glad that the coronavirus is being taken seriously now, because for a while it was just kind of oh, it's something that's happening on the other side of the world, or it's not happening in my city, or it's not happening in my country. But now it's a pandemic and everyone's sort of like, oh shit, we need to practice better hygiene. We need to take this more seriously. We need to look after people a bit better. So I'm glad that it's being taken more seriously, but the downside to that is mass panic, and I'm seeing a lot of people's mental states deteriorate more because of the stress of a pandemic, and that's quite upsetting because you don't want to see people sad. You want to be able to reassure the world, kind of, and you can't, sadly. But if you're one of those people that are really, really stressing over this, then remember, you're only one person. All you can do is just all you can do. This sounds pretty obvious, but you can't fix the world. You can't give the world a big hug as much as, well, I don't know if everyone wants to, but I want to. All you can do is wash your hands, don't go outside unless you need to, be cautious about good hygiene, and that's pretty much all you can do. Make sure those that you care about are also practicing good hygiene and are safe and are not being obnoxious with it, because that is an unfortunate behaviour that I have been noticing, which is, oh, I don't get sick very easily, I'm fine, or oh, I'm young so I won't die from it, I'll be okay. But even healthy people or young people can still be carriers of the disease and pass it on to people that are vulnerable to it. And the last thing I'm sure anyone wants is to be responsible for a preventable death. So please take it seriously, even if you're young, even if you're healthy. It is worse than the flu. I'll put that out there right now. It's worse than the flu. Please be cautious, look after others, and look after yourselves. Apologies for rambling on that. My opinions on it are a little bit disjointed. It usually comes up in conversations, so to answer a question about it, I'm a bit muddly, but I hope that was a satisfactory response. You know what? Maybe. I've been told that I give off brother energy, be it younger brother or older brother, it depends, but I'm actually an older brother, so I guess I have experience in being an older brother. I don't know. But yeah, I've considered it. It sounds pretty fun, pretty sweet. It gives me a chance to be kind of obnoxious, which is always fun. So yes, maybe at some point in the future. Well, funny you should ask, because I was actually thinking about this while I was washing the dishes a couple of weeks ago, and I was thinking, I may actually do an audio where one of the characters gives the listener a little bit of a smooch, and I was like, how would I go about doing that? Because I've heard ASMR roleplays where the smooching happens, but it's just, I can't take it seriously because it's smooching. I don't. And then I was thinking about sort of like, how would I go about doing that? Like, how do people do that? Like, what are they doing when they make the smooching happen to the listener? And then I just kind of paused and I looked down at the back of my hand and I was like, and I just kind of looked around, even though I live alone, and raised my hand to my lips, and I was just sort of like, and then I just burst out laughing because it was so silly. So, I don't know. Yes, you will be getting a smooch at some point. Maybe part 3. But I hope you know what I will be going through for you guys. It'll be a delight, no doubt, but it'll also be really funny. Both. I listen to them and I cringe. I listen to them after I finish editing them all the way through, just to check that I haven't missed anything, made any errors or anything like that. And then I listen to it again after I upload it and before I make it public, just because I'm paranoid, as a final check that nothing's wrong. And also I might listen to it again later just to kind of, I don't know, scrutinize my own work and see what I can improve on next time, Like, say, I listen to something and think, oh, I don't like the way that I said that, or I don't like how my voice sounds when I do this, or I need to sound less nasally. It's just, I listen to my work so that I can improve on it. Because how do you know what to change if you're kind of working in the dark? So I'm deeply uncomfortable whenever I listen to my own voice because it's weird to me. I don't know. But I hope that it can help me improve my work, because how am I supposed to know if I don't know what I sound like? Also, I'm doing very well, thank you very much, and I hope you are doing okay too. Haha, of course we can, Finn. Well, my cousin knows. I sent her a screenshot of my subscriber count back when I was really excited. I got 200 subscribers, I think it was, and I sent it to my cousin like, oh my god, look at this. And she comes back later and says, me going onto your channel finding yandere in the titles, and I was like, oh no, abort. But she's great. She's like my sister. She's only a few months younger than me, I think. I'm so bad with ages, people's ages in my family. God. And also my best friend of like 11 years knows. They don't watch my videos, I don't believe, but they know about it because I've gushed over all of you lovely people to them. And I've told them that I have the channel, but I don't think I've told them what it is. But I guess that counts. Apart from that, no one IRL knows about my channel. They know that I do voice acting on YouTube, but they don't really know about my channel. And my parents know. And my mum is very excited for me. I haven't told her what my channel is. All I've said is that I do voice acting on YouTube. And she's happy for me. God forbid she ever finds out that I'm doing like yandere content, but she does now, so I guess she counts as well because she's great. But yes. And is that so? Well, I've been going easy on you, all of you. So far that is. All I'll say is wait for some future audios and then come back to me on that. Well, since I work from my phone, I don't have a desktop computer set up or a laptop or anything. I am kind of limited to the default Notes font. I could use the Pages app, but that's just so much, and Notes is just way easier. But I actually don't script that many of my own audios. I work on audios with a couple of script writers that I have that do scripts for me. They're wonderfully amazing. I put their details in the videos where they do the scripts for, and I work with them and I tweak bits here and there and add my own bits, change things around, because I'm fussy like that. And again, that's just using the default whatever's there because I'm lazy. But if I am choosing my own font and writing up a thing of myself, because apart from voice acting, I enjoy doing writing, like writing short stories and things. So I like using fonts that look cute yet formal, if that makes sense. Aww, actually, that would be amazing. Once I get an actual microphone, that would be wonderful. Because she has the cutest little meow. I have a little black cat. Her name when we adopted her was Spooky, and I figured that wasn't creative enough. You know what, there was no love put into that name, because her sister, who unfortunately passed, was a very fluffy cat called Fluffy, and we know that they didn't come from very good homes. So I was like, you know what, no, that's an old name that belongs to a place that wasn't good for her. I'm not going to continue using that name came from a bad place, you know? So, what shall I name her? Okay, before you judge me, I like animals that have really basic human names. And this name came before the meme. Her name's Karen. I called her Karen, okay? Listen. Hear me out. How wonderful is it to just hear someone cooing over a cat and just being like, oh, Karen, who's such a cute little Karen. Oh, my baby girl. Oh, Karen, such a good girl. I'm so sorry. But yes, Karen ASMR. My cat is purring but wants to speak to your manager. Some point in the future, coming soon. Well, I'd like to travel the world actually, but the place where I'd want to go the most is definitely Japan. Obviously, I want to go to Tokyo with all the bright, flashy lights and the cool stores and the touristy things that I'm an absolute sucker for. But I'd also quite like to go to more of the rural areas where it's a bit more peaceful and natural and just pure. I don't know the word for it. I basically want to travel all around Japan. But yes, I would really like to travel the world someday. I just think that would be rather nice. See new things, meet new people, understand different cultures as best as I can. It's just a fun little experience, you know? Gonna have to go with William. I wanted to give him kind of a laboured, whispery kind of voice, and his voice is quite soft. So voicing him was actually very therapeutic for me personally, as someone that usually speaks quite loudly and quite enthusiastically. It was like my equivalent of meditating. Okay, I think it was at the end of Ashes Part 2. God, I forgot their name for a second. It was at the end of Ashes Part 2, and it was quite a soft bit, and he was being quite, they, either one for them, honestly. It was quite a soft, gentle bit, and mid-sentence, I let out the biggest gosh darn burp that you ever did hear, and proceeded to laugh my ass off for the next 5 minutes. Sadly, that recording no longer exists, but I had a bit of a chuckle to myself, so. Well, I guess I'm kind of a jack of all trades when it comes to languages, because I'm learning a lot, but can I speak any of them to anyone? Hell no. I know the odd phrase here and there, but even that, I'm very anxious about speaking it because I'm not fully confident in myself with it yet. The thing is that because I have Duolingo and I want to be able to learn all these languages, I see the possibility to learn it, I start learning it, I do really well for a while, get sidetracked, lose all my progress, get discouraged, and then I flip onto something else. So I'm quite bad for that. And if I want to travel the world, then really I need to get on that. I think the one that I did the best in was Japanese, and I was very good at Spanish and French in school, but that was about 5 years ago. So, wait, how old am I? Yeah, about 5 years ago. Christ, I'm old. I'm getting old, oh god. Oh yeah, in the UK we leave school at 16, and then we go to college or A-levels or whatever. But yeah, I was very good at French and Spanish in school, and I was quite good at it on Duolingo for a while, but then I got distracted learning Japanese, and then I got distracted with life. So, God, I'm rambling. I know English too well. Yes, I'm learning Japanese, French, Spanish, Norwegian, a bit of Russian, and Latin. Although I say Russian, I'm giving up on Russian. It's too much for me. Kudos to anyone that can speak Russian and English, because God, they're so different. I do actually plan on making bloopers videos in the future when I have enough to compile into bloopers videos, although they will be Patreon exclusive, at least for now, until I have more to offer my Patreons. For now, they get early releases, insights into the creative process, maybe little videos that I didn't upload to public on my YouTube channel, but when I can actually make bloopers videos, which I'll probably need a desktop computer, or at least a laptop to organise everything, you know. But yeah, they'll just be available to Patreons for now until I have more to offer them. I do commissioned audios that aren't particularly Patreon exclusive, so that's an option for anyone out there with a cheeky little extra bit of money that they care to give to me because, I don't know, why not? But yes, until I have more to offer Patreon, like Patreon exclusive videos and Patreon exclusive art that my kind artist friends have offered to let me have for my Patreon, until then, the bloopers will just be for Patreon because it's like a little perk that I can offer them for now because, God, I have nothing. But maybe at some point in the future, you guys will get to see me failing miserably at basic human functioning. I don't... Some point, maybe. Oh, you. Natural talent, I guess. Well, as for not straining your voice, it's as simple as just vocal warm-ups, and I've grown up a choir kid and a theatre kid, so I kind of know what I'm doing with that, so I've never really strained my voice with anything that I do, even if I'm, like, going crazy and, like, yelling and having my voice way up high or way down low. And also knowing the boundaries of your voice and knowing where your voice is comfortable and where it is pushing it a little bit too far. It's like a muscle. You have to push yourself sometimes in order to build more muscle. Just don't push yourself too far, where you pull the muscle and can't use it because you've damaged it. I am still figuring out where the limits of my voice are because of having been on testosterone for 4 months. I'm quite happy with where my voice is now. I do wish it could go lower at times, but I'm happy with the fact that it can go higher too. So I'm pretty happy with this strange androgynous mix match that I've got at the moment, I guess. I wouldn't go back on testosterone again. It's just kind of like if I could magically make my voice do whatever I wanted it to do, that would be super duper cool, but I can't, so I'm happy with where my voice is. Sorry for the ramble there, but yeah, know the limits of your voice, make sure that you do vocal warm-ups and vocal cool-downs, drink a lot of tea, a lot of water. I'd say that's about it for making sure you don't cause any vocal strain. And the hardest thing, I think, about being a voice actor is, for me personally, it's wanting to do such a variety of characters and knowing that I only have one voice, which sounds really stupid. But it's the fact that what if I wanted to voice someone that sounded like an actual adult guy? I can't do that because I sound like a 14-year-old boy at most. So that's kind of upsetting to me. But I wouldn't change my voice for the world. So I guess I'll get over it. Plus, on the bright side, I guess I kind of have a cartoony voice, almost. That kind of... what's it called? Ambiguous voice. Where you're not really quite sure how old I am based on my voice. You're not really quite sure which gender I'm supposed to be. I kind of like being that confusing little void in the middle of everything. So, I guess that's a perk, a plus, to contrast my negativity about the fact that my voice isn't low enough in my own head, or when I hear myself back. Whatever. I'm quite happy with my voice. Aw, thank you, funky little communist. Wow, that would be amazing. that would be absolutely incredible. I would love to be part of an animation, like do the voice of a character. That's the dream, right? But I don't really hold my hopes too high because I appreciate that my voice is kind of, well, as I said, is quite ambiguous, and whilst that's pretty cool and pretty fun for my own little projects and things, I don't think it's that desirable for people and their projects. It's usually either we want a male voice actor or a female voice actress, and I don't really think that my voice would fall under either. So, whilst it would be absolutely incredible to do the voice of a character and be part of an animation, I don't think that I'm quite the part for anyone. That sounded really depressing. It's a cool thought though. It's a very cool thought. I hope you're doing well. Oh, and this is really embarrassing. A lot of you have been very, very sweet and are saying very nice things about me that aren't questions and are just you being really sweet. I'm not ignoring them. I'm really bad at responding to them. And I appreciate all of them, and they just make me very flustered, and I don't know how to respond to them properly, so I'm just sort of like, I have my moment, and then I'm sort of like, okay, putting that aside, answering the question now. So this is just kind of a blanket sort of thank you to all of you for being really, really lovely. I love you guys. You're all so nice. What the heck? Anyway, back to the questions. Well, I like tea. Crumpets are okay. But I drink about 6 cups of tea a day and about an equal amount of coffee. So, I really love tea. And the Boston Tea Party annoys the hell out of me. That is such a waste of so much tea. So much good tea. Why would you waste so much tea? It upsets me. And he also asks some sensible questions, but I'm gonna ignore those. I'd say walking to my friend's house and then meeting another friend that walked to that friend's house and then all walking down to the castle together. It was really nice. We'd walk around the castle forest and the castle gardens. We'd go into the castle tea room to have tea and lunch. It was really nice. And if it was like a hot sunny day, we'd all sit out on the grass and we'd have some drinks and some snacks and we'd play music on some speakers and just hang out. And it was just so soul cleansing, and I really miss it. I hope we can do it again this summer, if Corona doesn't stop that from being a possibility. Why, thank you. I can't believe how quickly I'm hitting all these milestones. I didn't even expect to get 100 subscribers, so this is nuts. But anyway, my accent is a confused little hybrid, honestly. Simple answer, I live in the UK. I've grown up in the UK and I still live here. More complicated answer is my mum grew up in the US. I was born in the US and moved to England when I was 3. America is where I learned how to speak and what language was, and I grew up listening to my mum, who had quite a strong American accent. It's faded a bit now, but it's still there. So growing up hearing her, but living in the UK has meant that I have, I guess you'd call this a British accent, but with little hints of American here and there with how I pronounce certain words or how I say my T's or my R's sometimes. It just kind of slips out, I guess. This accent isn't forced by any means, and I am terrible at doing an American accent. You don't want to hear it. You really don't want to hear my American accent. But that doesn't mean that an American twang doesn't pop out now and then. When I worked in customer service, when I was a cashier, people would constantly ask me if I was American. Seriously, they'd say, "Ooh, where are you from? You sound different. You don't sound like you're from around here." And I'd say, well, I was born in America, and like, "Oh, you're an American. Oh, wow." So no matter where I go, I don't have the accent of the place. And it's great and also a little bit sad. I feel kind of like I don't belong anywhere, but also it's fun to be interesting, I guess. If you can call me even remotely interesting, I don't know. Apart from voice acting, mostly at the moment it's just a lot of dancing, working out, watching videos on YouTube, and knitting and reading, and also drinking a lot of tea and coffee and talking to my friends. Those are the main things that I do in my life at the moment. And no, I am not a bum on purpose. It's complicated, and I'm not going to give everyone a big depressing story right now, but I'm not currently working at the moment. It's a big, long story, but yes. But what better time to not be employed, am I right? What with the corona and starting my channel, those two just kind of gave me a warm, reassuring hug. Actually, no, corona, please don't give me a warm hug. I first learnt about roleplay ASMR last July when I found Dark and Twisted Whispers channel. I went through a few random videos before I found his, but he was the one that I first properly locked onto and started listening to. I really enjoyed his videos. I think the first ones that I found was his Spider Boy series. Oh, the shame of admitting what you actually listen to. And also his Yandere AI video. God, it's so embarrassing admitting what you actually... Don't judge me. He's really good. But yes, I really enjoyed his videos, and I still enjoy his videos. He has a wonderful, lovely voice. Yeah, but there's a lot of really great voice actors out there that I listen to this day. And yeah, there's way too many to list off now. But yes, so many wonderful voice actors that I really like listening to. I kind of answered the language question already, but I'd say my 3 favourite books. I don't have a single favourite book. My 3 favourite books would have to be The Night Circus, Pride and Prejudice, and The Book Thief. All very good books that I'd recommend. Okay, well, since I'm kind of editing as I go, I just realised how long this video is getting. I've not been paying attention to the time. But yes, that was not the time to ramble, Kai. Yes, I will probably upload part 2 maybe tomorrow night, at latest the night after tomorrow, and this video will hopefully be up by tonight. It's currently 9:30 at night for me right now on, I have no fucking clue what day it is. What day is it? Friday. So we'll see when this video actually gets uploaded. This is a call out post for me if I don't actually end up doing it tonight, because I have no reason not to. Oh, it takes a long time, but still. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna really try. So stay tuned, and the next part will be up very, very soon. I think I'm about halfway through. So, yes, fun times. And kudos to you if you're still here, because, my goodness, I went on a bit, didn't I? See you next time.